Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving deep into the tools shaping how we build AI applications, specifically looking at AI agents and multi-agent systems.
Right. And we got some interesting sources here, documentation for Microsoft Azure AI Foundry, and also articles comparing it with CrewAI.
So the mission today is really to cut through the hype, get you, the listener, quickly up to speed.
Exactly. By the end, you should have a much clearer picture of what these platforms actually are, their core strengths according to the sources, and maybe which one might fit your own projects better, depending on what you need in your technical setup.
It's about getting the key info without digging through tons of docs yourself. Let's start with Azure AI Foundry. The sources position it pretty clearly. They call it an agent factory. What does that actually imply?
Yeah, that's their term, agent factory. I think it's meant to convey scale and process. The documentation says it's designed to design, customize, manage, and support AI applications and agents at scale.
At scale, okay.
So think of a factory integrated tools, processes, all aimed at producing something reliably. Here, it's AI agents and the apps they run in. It's framed as a, quote, comprehensive enterprise-grade platform integrated within the Azure ecosystem.
Right, so definitely emphasizing that enterprise angle and the Azure connection. It's not just a standalone tool. It sounds like a whole environment.
That's the idea, a full suite, deeply woven into Microsoft's cloud.
So what are some of the key parts inside this factory that the sources mentioned?
Well, it covers a lot. First, there's the model layer. You get access to a pretty wide range of models they mentioned, featured models, Azure OpenAI, even things like DeepSeek R1.
Okay.
And it's not just access, it's tools to select them, deploy them, compare them. They even mention leaderboards and fine-tune them if you need to.
So it handles the core AI brain, the model itself. But what about the agent part, getting them to actually do things?
Right. That's where the Azure AI Foundry agent service fits in. This component is focused specifically on orchestrating and hosting the agents to automate business processes. You can build your own custom agents, use templates they provide, and they also mentioned this thing called an AI red teaming agent that's in preview.
Red teaming. Okay, that sounds a bit intense. What is that in this AI context?
Yeah, good question. So red teaming in AI generally means trying to break the system before it goes live. You're actively looking for flaws, biases, ways it could be misused,
Okay. Proactive security testing.
Exactly. So an AI red teaming agent would likely be an agent designed to systematically test other AI systems, push their boundaries, see if they fail safely. It's really a governance feature.
Got it. That makes sense with the enterprise focus then. So safety, governance, that's a big theme here.
Absolutely. The sources hit this hard. They talk about trustworthy AI, content safety, being able to trace applications to see what they did, evaluating these agentic workflows.
Okay, on agentic workflows, how's that different from just, regular code?
That's a really key distinction. Traditional code is like a recipe follow steps, ABC. An agentic workflow, or an agentic application, involves AI agents that have more autonomy.
Autonomy how?
They can reason, make plans, use tools, all to achieve a higher level goal you give them. They might figure out the next step based on new information, not just a preset script. So evaluating them means checking if they actually reach the goal reliably, use tools correctly, and stay within the safety rules you set.
Okay, that clarifies things. It's about goal-driven behavior, not just execution.
Precisely. And Azure AI Foundry provides monitoring tools for these kinds of generative AI apps and agentic flows.
And being Azure, I'm guessing the integration story is pretty strong.
Oh yeah, absolutely central. It's designed to plug right into everything else Azure. Big connection with Azure AI Search, which is crucial for RAG.
Gray, remind me.
Right, Retrieve Augmented Generation. It's that technique where you let the AI look up information from specific documents or databases, maybe your company's internal files, before it answers.
Yeah, so it gets current relevant info.
Exactly. Prevents it from just making stuff up based on old training data. Azure AI Search provides that lookup capability for ARG, and it can also be a tool that the agents themselves use.
Makes sense.
And then Foundry also connects to other Azure AI services, speech, vision, translator, language understanding, plus Azure Machine Learning for the more traditional ML model training and pipelines.
So yeah, if you're already deep in the Azure world, it sounds like this just slots right in. What about this Foundry Local thing they mentioned? That seems a bit different.
It does. The sources mention Foundry Local lets you run LLMs on your device for free, integrate local apps, and run models from places like Hugging Face locally.
Interesting. So not everything has to be cloud-based?
Seems like it offers some flexibility there, maybe for development or testing or for specific tasks. A bit of a hybrid approach, even within the big Azure picture.
And it supports different languages. C#, Java, JavaScript, Python SDKs are listed. So if we zoom out, what's the main takeaway on Azure AI Foundry from these sources?
I think the key insight is that Azure AI Foundry is Microsoft's move to make AI development, especially with agents, feel like a natural integrated part of using Azure. It's built for large organizations, prioritizing governance, security, and leveraging that existing ecosystem, an end-to-end platform if you're committed to Azure.
Okay, that paints a really clear picture of the integrated enterprise option. Now, let's completely switch gears and talk about CrewAI. The sources are pretty bold here, calling it the leading multi-agent platform.
Yes, and they definitely position it differently. It's described as a flexible Python-based framework to build and manage collaborative autonomous AI agents.
And straight away, that comparison article highlights a key difference, doesn't it? It says CrewAI is good if you need deployment options beyond the Azure cloud and provides that Python-based framework. That feels like the headline differentiator.
It really does. Flexibility seems to be its calling card in these descriptions. They emphasize that you can build and deploy automated workflows using any LLM and cloud platform.
Any LLM, any cloud.
That's what they claim. It explicitly says it works in the cloud, self-hosted or locally, and easily integrates with all apps.
Okay, so definitely more open, more infrastructure agnostic compared to the deep Azure tie-in we just discussed. How does CrewAI actually approach building these multi-agent systems? They mentioned flows.
Right, flows. That seems to be their term for orchestrating how multiple agents collaborate. The headline is catchy. Flows are here. Build and orchestrate smarter multi-agent workflows with speed and control.
And the sources break down how you work with these flows.
Yeah, they outline a kind of 4-stage process.
Okay, walk us through that.
First is build quickly. You can use the Python framework directly, or they mention a UI studio, so options for coding, or using no-code tools and templates.
Build. Then what?
Second is deploy confidently. They mention production tools and, interestingly, the ability to auto-generate a user interface for your agent applications.
Oh, okay. Build, deploy.
Third stage is track all your crews, which is about monitoring how your agent teams are actually performing their progress on tasks.
Makes sense. You need visibility.
And the fourth stage is iterate to perfection. This involves tools for testing and training, so you can keep improving how well your agents work together.
So it sounds like a dedicated lifecycle for managing these collaborative agent teams. The sources also make a big deal about its adoption numbers.
They certainly do. They highlight its traction quite a bit. Over 29.4K stars on GitHub is mentioned.
Wow, 29,000. That's a lot for a GitHub project. What does that usually signal?
Yeah, it's significant. It typically points to a really large and active developer community using it, contributing back, finding bugs, sharing examples.
So more support, faster evolution, maybe.
Generally, yes. For users, it often means better documentation, more readily available help online, and just more confidence that the project is alive and well-maintained. The sources also say it's used by 60% of Fortune 500 companies and is active in 150-plus countries.
Okay, so widespread use. They also mention a simple management UI and complete visibility for tracking things like quality and ROI. Seems focused on managing these agent crews.
Right. It aligns with that idea of managing teams of agents doing complex work.
And the use cases. They say hundreds of use cases. Can you give us a few examples they list just to make it more concrete?
Sure. They give some really practical examples. Things like automated financial reporting, improving supply chain efficiency, healthcare data enrichment, running predictive marketing campaigns, automating HR tasks, building business intelligence dashboards.
Okay, so really broad applications across different business areas.
Definitely. It shows how these collaborative agent systems aren't just theoretical. They're being applied to automate some pretty complex real-world business processes, according to these sources.
So pulling it together for CrewAI, what's the core message here?
I think the core insight is that CrewAI is all about flexibility and focusing specifically on the multi-agent collaboration part. It's designed to let you build these systems quickly, iterate fast, and run them anywhere. Cloud, local, self-hosted, using whatever LLM you prefer.
And that Python focus and strong community are key parts of its identity.
Exactly. It's presented as a popular, powerful framework for anyone wanting to build sophisticated, collaborative agent systems, offering broad deployment freedom.
Okay, so we have these two pictures. Azure AI Foundry, deeply integrated enterprise grade, the whole factory within the Azure ecosystem. And then CrewAI, flexible, Python-centric, deploy anywhere, really focused on the multi-agent collaboration aspect with big community backing. It does feel like quite different approaches.
Very different philosophies almost.
Which naturally leads to the big question the sources tackle. How do you actually choose between them?
Right. And the comparison article boils it down pretty directly. It's not about which is best overall, but which fits your specific context.
So what's the guidance there?
It's straightforward. The advice is go with Azure AI Foundry. If what you need is that comprehensive enterprise-grade platform tightly integrated within the Azure ecosystem, and you want the benefits of its wide range of pre-built models and tools.
Okay, makes sense. And CrewAI.
Opt for CrewAI if your priority is a flexible Python-based framework, specifically for collaborative autonomous AI agents, and especially if you need deployment options beyond the Azure cloud.
So it really boils down to where you're starting from and what matters most. Integration and enterprise features versus flexibility and deployment options.
That's the crux of it.
That's it.
The sources underline that both platforms offer robust features tailored to different needs. The choice, they say, should align with your specific project requirements and technical expertise.
So for you listening, it means thinking about your situation. Are you already heavily invested in Azure? Need that deep integration, the built-in governance, the convenience of an all-in-one Azure toolkit?
If yes, then Azure AI Foundry sounds like the direction the sources point you towards.
Or are you maybe starting something new, not tied to one cloud provider? Do you really value the ability to run things locally or on AWS or GCP? Is Python your team's main language? Is that rapidly evolving multi-agent focus and community support the bigger draw?
In that case, CrewAI, based on these descriptions, seems like the more natural fit, that flexible, agent-first framework.
It really reinforces that there's no single magic bullet here. It's about matching the platform's strengths, as laid out in the sources, to what you're actually trying to achieve and the environment you're working in.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been a great deep dive. We've really unpacked Azure AI Foundry, the integrated enterprise factory within Azure, focused on scale and governance.
And we've contrasted that with CrewAI, the flexible, Python-centric framework for building collaborative multi-agent systems, known for its broad deployment options and active community.
And the key takeaway from the sources is clear. The best choice depends entirely on your context, your needs, your tech stack, your infrastructure.
Which leaves us with a really interesting thought to ponder, doesn't it? As these AI agents get smarter and work together more, in these complex multi-agent systems, how will things evolve? Will we see more need for both these deeply integrated platforms and these super flexible frameworks?
What does the rise of these truly collaborative systems mean for how we even think about building and deploying AI down the road? Definitely something to keep in mind as you explore these tools further.